Hey, how's it going, guys? It's the Lamaster here, and welcome back to another Rocket League video. And in this one, guys, I'm going to be showing you 5 secrets, Easter eggs, and facts about the Starbase ARC update that you probably do not know. That's right, guys, so we're going to be going through some hidden little details in the map itself, the Starbase ARC map, some of the items, and just overall a bunch of things that I don't think you guys will know. Now, overall, guys, I had a ton of fun putting these facts and secrets together, and really, I still love this update so much. There's so much to do in it that I'm still finding new things about it. But anyways, guys, if you don't know some of these facts, be sure to leave a like down below because I love helping you guys out, and it shows me that I was able to show you guys something new. But other than that, guys, enough time talking here, and let's get into it with the first thing. Alright, guys, so starting off today's list / video, whatever you want to call it, this one is really cool. So it has to do with the DLC car that we got in this update called the Vulcan. Now, this car itself, I absolutely love it. I'd go out on a limb to say it's the coolest DLC car we have ever gotten, and it's definitely one of my favorites that I have used a ton. Now, with this car, it has a little bit of a mystery to it, and that mystery is why is it called the Vulcan? Now, it's kind of odd. When you hear the name Vulcan, it doesn't really sound weird, but many people can't define it or come up with a meaning for it. So with that being said, I decided to go to the best place to do research, Wikipedia, and find out what Vulcan means, or at least what Psyonix wants it to mean. Now, as you can see on screen, when I went to search this up, it came up with a ton of results. There wasn't just one definition or meaning for Vulcan. There was like 50. However, there was one meaning that stuck out to me and definitely makes sense with the other things in the update to what Psyonix meant by this. And this is that Psyonix named the Vulcan after the characters and also the planet in the show Star Trek. So if you didn't know, Vulcans or Vulcanians, whatever they're called, I honestly didn't watch this series at all, but they were simply an extraterrestrial humanoid species that was often in the show. In fact, one of the most famous characters from this series who goes by the name of Spock was himself a Vulcan. So with that being said, I definitely could see some people at Psyonix being a fan of Star Trek and involving this sort of space-themed Easter egg into the name of this car. So overall, it's definitely a very cool secret and not one that I think many people know. Moving on, now let's go to a very cool little glitch that happens on the map Starbase ARC. Now, unfortunately, you can only do this glitch in private match, but it is very funny to do. But anyways, to do this glitch, before you even start up the game, you're going to want to go into mutator settings, go all the way down to the bottom, and make sure disable goal reset is on. Once you have that, simply load up a private match, get into the game, and all you want to do is score a goal. I know that's insanely hard and one of the toughest steps ever in a glitch, but I believe in you guys. I think you can do it. Now, once you score a goal and you have disable goal reset on, what will happen is the guns behind the goal will continuously shoot forever. That's right. So usually they only start shooting for like a second, but if you have this disable goal thing on, you will be able to keep them shooting for as long as you want. Now, of course, you have to then go ahead and do this on the other side as well so that you can have a freaking war going on in the background. So, you know, even though it's a fairly pointless glitch, it's definitely a very cool one to do and not one that I think many of you guys know about. As for the third secret of this list, this one is a little creepy. Now, I'm not 100% sure if it's a secret or an Easter egg or just a weird coincidence, but overall, it's definitely a very interesting fact and one that I am super excited to show you here. But anyways, if you didn't know, a couple of the cars in this update got a reskin and sort of just reshaped so they look fresher, cooler, and overall just better, and one of those cars was the X-Devil. Now, with this new and improved X-Devil, if you look at it from above, that's right, it actually looks like a devil. Now again, I do not know if they did this on purpose, but it looks so freaking weird and close that I'm starting to think that it was put in on purpose. I mean, look, it's got the perfect creepy looking eyes, that weird smile, and even a nose in the center that I'm thinking it has to be an Easter egg. Now, I could not find a way to compare this new version with the old one and see if the old one had this sort of thing going on, but I'm assuming by the fact that nobody brought this up with the old one, that it was added in with the new version. But either way, it's definitely a very sort of creepy secret and just another one that I was super surprised to find out about. Moving on again, now this one is clearly an Easter egg, and it too has to do with an item that was added in this update. So again, if you didn't know, I'll kind of update you here. They added in a few secret items, but one of these items has a very cool Easter egg to it. Now, unfortunately, I am not talking about the Merc Flower Power, as sad as that is. I don't think that one has an Easter egg, but it's just weird enough on its own. But instead, I'm talking about the satellite. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, how can this tiny little antenna have any secret to it, but it actually has a very funny one, and it's very simple to find. All you have to do is simply look at it from above, either on the main menu or in a replay, and you can see that it has a smiley face right smack dab on the middle on the top of it. So that one, yeah, that one was clearly an Easter egg, because if you look at the other sides, the little hexagons, I think that's what they are on the sides of it, they're all in basically the same pattern, but if you look on top, you have this beautiful little face smiling back at you. Now, just overall, this one is one of my favorite little secrets because the satellite antenna has quickly become one of my favorite antennas because it's a really cool one, especially on the Vulcan. And this little secret just adds a ton more value to it and is just very cool to know about. As for the final secret of this video, let's go back to Starbase ARC to look at something that's very cool on the outside of it. Now, this one, I will admit, is fairly small, but it's definitely a very interesting one because you get to see just how much detail Psyonix puts into a map like this, and overall it's just very, very cool. But anyways, as you probably already know, the colors of the teams, whether you do them in custom games or just online, are reflected in a ton of the scenery on the maps. So of course, you know about the obvious ones, how they're reflected in the lights, the lines that go along the side, even the ball trail when you hit the ball back and forth, they all reflect the team's colors. But on the map Starbase ARC, there is a ton of stuff outside of the map that directly reflects these colors as well. And as you can see here, it's just not simple things, it's the freaking spaceships in the background, a bunch of the buildings, even the little egg people on the sides, all of them reflect the colors of the teams playing. Now on top of this, and this is what I found most insane about the attention to detail that Psyonix goes to, is that the stars and stuff in the very background, things that you wouldn't even look at directly, they as well reflect the colors of the teams. That to me is just insane. We've never seen a map that reflects the colors as much as this one does right here. Even maps like Neo Tokyo and Aquadome, they don't have the effects that go into it like this one. So seriously guys, just go into a private match and look at everything that they put into it because it is absolutely crazy. But anyways guys, that's gonna be it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to leave a like down below. It only takes a second and it helps me out a ton. And also be sure to check out the previous episode of this 5 secret series. I did one for the Aquadome update, and that one has a lot of cool Easter eggs and secrets as well. So I will leave a card at the end of this video. Just click on that one and it will bring you straight to it. But other than that guys, remember to subscribe for more of these episodes. Again, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.
Giving no time to